up on a backboard. Coming back up on a backboard. When she asks me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat chain and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Private. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of our five in you.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Hot! Hot!
On 2nd down, Rosen. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed.
Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 3rd down, Rosen lets it go for Nelson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Cousins now on 2nd down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Cliff Averill coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he spins past him and into space. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big run there by Johnson. 56 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And it's up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Cousins again. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Yellow. Rose. Lino.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. An even 90 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want.
And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll run David Johnson on his way. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And he's got it up and through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He's going to run. He's got a man. Complete. They find Stephon Diggs. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 83 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play. Big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Johnson spins past him. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Forced out to his left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it with Johnson. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Tara, why are you crying?
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Rosen. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll field this at the 5. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the... And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
No, check, Patriot!
Now Rosen on 1st down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go to Johnson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. It seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Rhino! Left.
2nd down, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Randy, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Rosen will throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now Rosen. And Nelson's got him here right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of it. They've got his man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
One.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins to throw it. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here's Cousins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
1st down, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, it's Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
On 3rd down, Rosen. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Corey Peters in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now Detroit!
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now out comes Minnesota. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Lucky 50. Let's 50.
Again, it's Cook. And an alley to run. Still fighting for more. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Kirk Cousins with 4 game-winning drives as a member of the Redskins a year ago. He's got a 1st and 10 here.
Hey, we're good.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Rhino! Lucky 50.
On 1st and 10, Cousins being chased out left. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
Nice. Well coached. A team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
All right, now here we go.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. His throw incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Arizona, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.